guys, so as you guys know, I have done online dating. I went onto the site that I usually use last night, started talking to guys, and I looked at my profile like briefly last night. I glimpsed my profile for like a second, and I saw these pictures on my profile that weren't mine, but I don't know, I didn't think anything of it. And then suddenly I got all these messages from these guys, and like I got more than a couple of them were like asking me like, is this a fake profile? Are you a real person? Are you a robot? Blah blah blah. And I had never had that before. Like I had never had that response from any guys online before, really. Like it took me by surprise, and at first I was like really? Like what? And then I was like trying to figure out if I should be offended by it or was it a compliment? So yeah, so that was just weird. And then I was talking to a few guys. Oh yeah, and like I get so many guys messaging me on these sites that are like in their 30s and 40s even, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I'm 28 years old, and like that's not that old, but like my limit usually is like 33 because that's my brother's age, and I feel like that's like a decent limit to have for the fact that I'm 28. I mean, it depends, but yeah, basically if you're older than 33, I'm most likely not going to talk to you. And I know that's rude, and I might be closing certain doors, like I might be missing out on the opportunity to meet somebody who could be a really awesome person, and you know, whatever. But I mean, so, you know, some people think age is just a number. I agree with that, but at the same time, I'm a more guarded person for personal reasons than some other women are. Like, there are probably some women out there who are a lot more open to dating anybody, no matter what their age is. They don't really care. I unfortunately kind of care a little bit more than some people, so that's just me. But yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I was talking to some guys last night, and I continued to talk to some of those guys today. And then this guy kept asking me for, he asked me last night for my Snapchat, like, screen name or whatever the fuck you call it. And I don't use Snapchat very often. Like, it's not, I don't think it's in my description. I never really put it in there because I don't really use Snapchat very often. Like, I use it maybe, I don't know, a couple of times a month tops, like, not very often. So he kept asking me for that, and I kind of forgot about it last night. And then I looked him up this morning, and I added him. We were, like, messaging each other on there. And the first thing he says to me is, are you a fake profile? Are you a robot? Like, what's going on? Can I help you with something? And I was like, what is this? Like, why do people keep asking me this? Like, why do people keep assuming that I'm a fake person? I mean, I knew that this was something that, like, was a thing with online dating, but at the same time, I didn't think it was, like, something that was affecting my experience or other people's experiences this much. Like, and I was like, what? So I was like really confused. So with that, I really looked at my profile, and I found this fake model bitch's pictures on my profile. And I was like, and I like looked at it a couple times, and I was like, and I like, you know, clicked on some buttons and stuff, trying to like figure things out, and my pictures were gone. My pictures were gone. For some bizarre freaking reason, my pictures were gone. And this like really photoshopped looking like fake model ass bitch her pictures were on my profile. And I was like, what? So yeah, it made a little bit more sense why people kept asking me that. But then I was thinking, oh my god, these guys are messaging me because they think I'm like a freaking like fake ass bitch model, sexy, big boob bitch or something. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, what the fuck? like, this has never happened to me before. I've never had an issue like this with online dating. I've never had an issue, period, with online dating, other than obviously like talking to weirdos or talking to people that are, you know, wanting me to be their friends with benefits or sending me dick pics or something like that. Like, beyond that, like, I've never had like, and it made me wonder, like, was a person responsible for the fact that this happened, or was it like something else? I don't know. So I was just like, what the fuck, basically. I was like, what the fuck? So I deleted all her pictures, and then I uploaded pictures, obviously, that were, you know, from my Facebook onto this site. And then I messaged that guy on Snapchat, and what did he say? I'm gonna look it up. I can't remember exactly what he said. I think I blocked him, though. I blocked him because he said, no, wait, I don't even know if I saw the messages, but he said something like, oh, sorry, that went to somebody else. That was supposed to go to someone else. Bye. And then I told him, like, I was really confused. I told him I was confused. And then he said, and I quote, as close to what he said as possible, paraphrasing, I should say. He said, sorry, I was interested in the, quote, fake ass bitch. Sorry, hope you find someone. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I blocked him, like, right then and there. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like, I mean, you know, I expected him to basically say, oh, that's okay, it happens. Like, you know, I still think you're pretty and you're cool and whatever. But no, he's a fucking asshole. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, those pictures look so fucking fake. Like, I looked at those pictures. I just picture a fake ass bitch, basically. So yeah, I was very surprised that he said those things. Like, he said that. Like, I was like, I didn't expect that at all. Like, I expected him to be like, whatever, it happens, kind of thing. Like, I could still, you know, or I expected him to be like, oh, well, that sucks. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't expect him to basically, like, push me aside and not even consider me as a viable person to have a conversation with just because he thought I was somebody else just because of pictures. Like, I messaged some of the other guys that I was talking to just to make sure that they're aware that those pictures are fake ass bitch. Kind of clarify to anybody else who may have been confused about, like, the situation, because, you know, I didn't want the situation to be like, I hope that it doesn't end up being like that with everybody, but I think he was just an anomaly, honestly. Like, whatever. He can go fuck off for all I care, so yeah. And you guys might be wondering why I'm online dating again, because I told you guys, a month ago. I told you guys a month ago that I had a really good date. And it was a good date. It was a good first date with he who must not be named now. Get to that in a little bit. Yeah, I had that date. It was a good date. We went on a second date. It wasn't as great, but we went to Dave & Buster's, and it was really fun. But I didn't feel as much of a connection with him as I did in the first date. And honestly, he became really obsessed, it seemed like, with the future and wanting to plan our future together and all this other stuff. And in hindsight, I get it, but at the same time, I kept telling him that I'm the kind of person that just wants to go with the flow, date to date, day by day kind of person. Like, I'm not the kind of person that wants to plan the next 6 months of my life. And he just couldn't accept that, honestly, and I think he thought that, you know, that he liked me more than I liked him, which probably, because that's usually how it goes. But at the end of the day, I was just like, and we planned to have a third date, but that didn't happen because we had some arguments, and then we didn't talk for a week. And yes, maybe I self-sabotaged myself, maybe I could have, maybe that was my person, I have no idea. My point is it didn't work out, and we both tried to make it work, but I'm not gonna sit here and, like, defend those actions and act like, you know, I know my friend Jeremy's gonna be disappointed in me because I told him about this guy, and, you know, he he told me that I deserve love, and I know I deserve love. Just because it didn't work out with this guy does not mean I'm never gonna find somebody. And that's what people should be telling me, rather than, you know, acting like I'm the reason I'm single, which, yes, I'm aware that I tend to sometimes push people away, but I've been hurt by people and I've lost people in my life, and I'm afraid a little bit, you know, but I'm not afraid to, like, meet somebody and get to know them and, you know, build some kind of relationship. Like, this guy was just, he was too emotional, he was too defensive, and he just came off too strong, honestly. Like, it was just too much for me to handle, and I tried. I really did. I really, truly tried. And then after we didn't talk for a week, I even messaged him because I thought to myself, like, because I was kind of missing him, to be honest, and I was feeling lonely, I'm not gonna lie. And we tried to talk things out again, and it was going okay for like a day or two or something like that. And then I think it was like last week or something like that it just fizzled out, and I'm pretty positive we're not gonna talk ever again. And whatever. I mean, I'm really proud of myself that I went on the date with him and that it was a good experience. And honestly, the whole thing was a good experience. Like, even the nasty conversations that we had with each other. I mean, you know, neither of us are bad people, but I just don't think I don't think we're compatible enough. I think we had things in common, and that's the main reason why I wanted to meet him in the first place, was because we had so much in common. But I just think we're in different places in our lives. Like, he really, and I mean, and in some ways we're not, but in some ways we are. Like I said, he just got way too ahead of himself, and it just didn't work out. So yeah, so that is basically my recent developments of dating, and it's my dating saga is continuing, which, you know, whatever. I'm young still. I'm still trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out other aspects of my life as well, and dating isn't like on top of my list of my priorities, but it's definitely something that I want to continue doing. And honestly, dating him gave me the confidence to continue dating people from online, which is really great for me, so I'm very thankful for that. So that was my story. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.